What's up? Hey, everybody. I'm Hap.
And I'm Morph. And have you ever noticed that even today, we still have some of those 90s theme songs and, the commercials stuck in your head?
Like what?
Like, perfect example right here. Come see the softer side of Sears.
Hated it. Yeah. So stay with us.
As we go down the rabbit hole.
2 snaps in the Z formation. I guess it's 3 snaps. All right, guys. So the topic of conversation at this point is 90s commercials, right? Because it seemed like the best commercials came out around the 90s, late 90s. There's a couple in the 2000s, right? But for the most part, I remember the stuff from the 90s. Yeah. One of my favorites, though, and really, I got on this topic because the Super Bowl's coming up, right? And the best Super Bowl commercials ever, right? To me, at least, were like the "What's Up, guys." Always. I mean, that's why I had to start the intro like that, right? What's up? What's up? Like that is my jam right there. I love it. Also, I like the frogs, right?
Yeah,
the Budweiser frogs. Budweiser. Like I loved it, man.
Freaking fly.
It's because of the frogs.
Where are they at? They could really help us right now.
I mean, we're not really paying them, so.
Frickin' fly. So, one of the things I noticed when we were doing research for this topic was like a lot of the cereals like Cheerios and Honeycombs, if you guys even remember Honeycombs.
Yeah.
Count Chocula and Smacks and all those commercials.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was a bunch of like Bronx kids and bright colored bomber jackets with graffiti everywhere.
I mean, everybody wanted a bomber jacket back then. So.
I mean, yeah, but still, they were all themed in that style, I guess.
I mean, look, when you have, 12, 15 million people in one city, yeah, I'd probably focus it on that city too. That's the most customers right there.
But everybody was always playing basketball. Everybody was always so happy. Yeah. It seemed like a great time to be alive. And I lived through the 90s. It sucked.
I guess.
I was there. I did not have fun like that. My mom beat me. No, I'm kidding.
No, my mom did beat me. So. Yeah, but the commercials, right? So. I remember those, man. But like I said, like those weren't the most memorable ones for me. Like that was I don't know. Those commercials were kind of like just like an everyday life type of thing. Growing up for me.
See, and that's where we grew up a lot different. So that wasn't like we couldn't just walk next door and we were at the next apartment complex. Right. My closest neighbor was 2.5 acres away.
That's a kind of a walk.
That's a good little haul. Right? And then in Mississippi heat, by the time you got there, you just wanted to go home, take a shower because you were soaking wet with sweat.
I completely understand. Yeah, I mean, all the kids I was around, I mean, they all had bomber jackets. I didn't, so that sucked. And so maybe wanted even more. But it didn't make the commercials more memorable for me. What commercials that were really memorable for me was like the Pepsi one with Cindy Crawford.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Oh, just Cindy Crawford in general.
Yeah.
Just back 1990 Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. Oh.
I know it was always like a fight between her and Kathy Ireland and Pam Anderson.
Yes.
Those were the 3 goddesses of our time.
Yes. So
now they all look horrible.
Mary One Kill. No, I'm
Cindy Crawford does it.
All right. And what else was there? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I got this one. So, for some reason, commercials didn't so much stick in my head as much as songs, the theme songs for them.
Right.
So, you guys, everybody knows Mr. Clean.
Yeah, Mr. Clean.
Yeah. So, I remember the 90s commercial for the song, and I've known it for years. I've never forgot it. Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Mr. Clean stays stuff for longer because there's ultra power in it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's legit. I've known that for 30 years now.
You know what? I always get like the jingle stuck in my head, but never like all the words fully.
Really?
So I end up just being like, Mr. Clean. Yeah, whatever.
That and I hated this commercial. The Doodle Bears. Anybody remember those? I mean, if you guys know what we're talking about here, put some comments on here. Let us know. Get involved. Shoot, we'll read it out, and if we can find the jingle, we'll even sing them on the show one day.
Yeah,
we don't care.
I guess we could do that. No, not Doodle Bears for me. I remember the Night Bright. I think it was
Night
called
Bright.
Night Bright commercial.
Yeah. That was when we were little, though.
Yeah. So even recently, Snickers is basically doing the same kind of commercial, like you're just not you when you don't have a Snickers, right? I mean they had the one with like Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi in it, right? It was like a parody of the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
But if you remember, a while back there was one with Betty White playing football. Right, and she gets tackled, like just hammered, right? And she gets back in the huddle, and one of the guys in the huddle is like, "Man, you're playing like Betty White out there, right?" And then Betty White turns and was like, "That's not what your girlfriend said." Right? Loved it, man. But Betty White is a rock star anyway, so
Betty White's one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
She is so funny.
Definitely.
And like with a career spanning 142 years, that's impressive. So you gotta love Betty White. So I mean, when you talk about somebody that's older than dirt, you gotta respect, man.
Yeah,
I love Betty White though, for real. She was hysterical on the Mary Tyler Moore Show back in the 1400s. She was great on what was it, $10,000 Pyramid back in 1573.
Yeah.
And then Golden Girls.
Golden Girls ran for a good 80 years. So.
Yeah, I mean, they were actually the age of the girls they were playing at the time Golden Girls went off.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, B. Arthur was actually CGI'd in because
Betty White wouldn't quit.
Yeah, because Betty White ain't got no quit in her.
Yeah.
She's outlasted everybody.
Yeah, she's a rock star, man. She has to be immortal. It has to be. I don't know what she's what kind of water she's drinking, but
Betty White is the Highlander.
Ooh.
How do you like that?
Okay. All right.
The Golden Girls were the last three.
That was the gathering.
And Betty White won the prize. Betty White is the Highlander. You've been outed.
I guess I could see that. Yeah.
So
what you're saying is that Betty White cut off the heads of everybody else in Golden Girls.
Well, I mean, this.
I mean, she had to. That's what happens. That's Highlander. That's Highlander law.
Yeah. You never know how it happens because movies depict it one way.
No, there can be only one.
They're never historically accurate.
There can be only one.
But that's true. There can only be one. We just don't know how it happens.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give you that.
So movies, like Saving Private Ryan or Saving Ryan's Privates, whichever. I don't know, whichever version you watch.
Okay.
That's never historically accurate.
Okay.
Braveheart, they mesh some things together.
Okay, I can see that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. All right. I'll give you that. So we don't know exactly.
Maybe she doesn't use a katana. Maybe she uses a broadsword. We just don't know.
Dude, can you see Betty White with a broadsword?
Not now, but then.
No, I bet you can do it even now. Now.
I bet she carries it under her dog.
I'm pretty sure that broadsword is bigger than she is. It has to be.
I got no words on that one. Man. You stumped me on that because I just had this picture of Betty White leaning up on this sword just like way up here.
Maybe that's what old ladies carry in their purses. Why else are they so heavy?
Collapsible broadswords.
Why else are they so heavy?
Wasn't we talking about something?
Commercials.
Forget that.
All right.
Well, that's all we got for you today, guys. So make sure like and subscribe. Remember, go to our video we just put out for Mario. He has a great GoFundMe account that they're trying to raise money. He's trying to get him some equipment to help victims of Hurricane Harvey that's still suffering there in Houston. So go visit, and we'll throw the link for that down in our description as well.
Definitely. And also remember, we're up to 75 subscribers now. So once we get to that 100 mark, all right, whoever's the 100th subscriber, right, you get a free, customized T-shirt and $50 gift card.
That's right.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Yeah, we're real happy you guys are still here, and stay with us.
Going down the rabbit hole.